It takes more than beheading to nobble a thistle, because the moment that's happened, down there under the soil, the roots are gathering their forces, ready for the push to the surface next year.
But it's not only the resilience of their roots that makes thistles such successful plants. Another great asset has to be the very special way in which their blooms are formed.
Now, all the thistles build what are called composite flowers. That's a lot of very small flowers, or florets, all bunched together. And that has some pretty strong advantages. Not only does it produce a real bonanza of seeds, but it's good for pollination, because it's like hanging out a homing beacon for any passing pollinating insect, like a bee or a butterfly.
The combination of all that vibrant colour and abundant nectar seems to provide an irresistible lure. The thistle on a warm summer's day is alive with the constant comings and goings of flower-searching insects. And there's one group of insects that these plants must never discourage. They're pollinators. Each thistle head is a dense bunch of florets, which are long, narrow tubes, and the nectar is produced at the bottom of them. The nectar can only be tapped by long-tongued bees and hoverflies and butterflies who get themselves liberally dusted over with pollen in the process. They, in turn, transfer the pollen to other flower heads, so ensuring a good seed set. Not all of the thistle's smaller visitors are desirable, though, and some aren't in the least bit put off by the fine array of spines and prickles they meet. The thistle family also provides an absolute bounty for sap-sucking insects like aphids, but they sometimes feed at their peril, because their own arch-enemy, the ladybird, will also patrol these plants. But to little avail from the plant's point of view, because aphids can always produce offspring faster than the ladybirds can eat them. But the thistle is also attacked from within. This plant has been bored by an egg-laying fruit fly. That's what causes the swelling. When the grubs hatch, they eat the thistle from the inside out. But by late summer and autumn, the thistle's problems have changed, and its energies are channeled into dispersal of its seeds, and for this, it turns to the air.
Now, as a matter of fact, air travel is pretty popular in the plant world, and lots of plants, like thistles, deck their seeds out like little flying machines. Just think of those delicate flocks of thistledown drifting around on a hot summer breeze.
On a damp day, the parachute folds up and the seed is grounded. But when the air is dry and warm, the parachutes open and the seeds take to the air. But even then, they don't escape from attack. This time, it's goldfinches banqueting on the sudden harvest. But birds do little to affect the numbers of seeds, and most will be carried by the mellow autumn winds to new sites. sometimes troubling unsuspecting neighbours en route. So the Thistles proved itself to be an effective invader in the countryside. And when many of our wild plants are under threat or siege, its tactics seem to have paid off. The thistle, I have a feeling, is one of life's winners.
This is BBC2, where now and for the next 2 nights we spend some time in a land of extreme seasons. From the harshest winters to the briefest summers, the Arctic, a huge and largely unspoilt wilderness teeming with a wildlife of its own, but which above all else is the kingdom of the ice bear.